did kind of stay out of the spotlight since September 2016 for the most part. Didn't do a lot of interviews, just stayed focused on training. Was that a conscious decision just to focus on training and not even really talk about fighting?
Absolutely. I felt, obviously, I knew I was going to be here. This is the time, fight week, your obligations are to do media and things like that. I'm not obligated to do it while I'm training. I don't like when people watch me train. That's excluding friends and family and friends in the gym and whatnot. Like, it's not like I'm doing these one-on-one sessions all the time. But there's no reason for it. I think there needs to be an air of mystery. The less footage there is of you sparring, why are you going to let people watch you spar? Again, there needs to be countdown show footage and all that stuff. That's fine and that's great. And there's a time and there's a place for it. But I enjoy going radio silent, so to speak. I think it's kind of good for the soul.
Do you look at this as do or die for you in terms of your fight career? Do you feel like you have to get a win to prove to people you belong here and keep going?
Yes and no. I think I look at everything like do or die. People have lost more than 3 in a row and they don't shake the title. But I don't look at it in terms of that. I'd say the same thing I said at the end of the day after my first fight is, hey, if you cut me, I get it. It's a business decision. I'm not going to take it personally, but just so you know, I'm going to go fight somewhere else.
At the end of the Q&A yesterday,
Am I still looking at you?
You can look for everyone kind of jumped in, so good.
at the end of the Q&A yesterday, you said something about cutting weight off with this weeks and training in Ramadan and like no one has an excuse. Training amongst all these recent fighters, are you seeing a bigger, like a lot of fighters are just waiting?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are curious on your take on it and so on the fight. Do you think it's a big deal right now?
That is, again, probably a case where like my mouth will get me in trouble, but I'm just honest to a fault. I don't fault anybody for not making weight. I know it's hard. I know there's things that happen in your everyday life that will trip you up and cause you not to be able to do it. But I do feel that there might be like this undercurrent of, I don't actually have to make weight. And this is more like my team talking to me, These are things I picked up. And it's like your job, If you didn't have to make weight, sure, it'd be a lot easier. But, maybe fight a weight class up. And it's also, in turn, why I'm supportive of more weight classes. I do think, because I feel I'm like one of those guys that I can't fight at 185 because these guys are monsters and they're cutting so much weight. And I don't think I can make 155. So I think if there was more weight classes in between, I think it would cut down on the number of people missing weight. I think it would be beneficial to help them.
And earlier this week, Dana said he wanted to bring back the old style of playing where you get on stage, sucked out, ring, and fight the audience, as opposed to the early one. I talked to Clay and I talked to Mike Jackson. They prefer the morning ones because they have more time with the high game. What side of the fence do you fall?
This is the second time I've done this. So, I've done it both times. I would mean that. I can only imagine, that whole extra day where you're just like sitting around waiting to weigh in, and you got to go on stage and, have this personality or, try to be entertaining at the same time, and you're just gone out, 100 years old. I think that's a bad thing. I don't know why that's better. Probably just because, like me, the 2 times I've done it, it's been one way, and he's more accustomed to the other way, so it's just familiarity with it.
And not usually, and I know you're a big sports fan, but I think I know our hobby is a lot's been made on this White House trip. What do you make? Would you accept a trip to the White House if invited?
Interesting question. Number one, I would not be invited. Number two, no, I would not go. No, I'm not. If David Duke invites me over for tacos, I'm not going to David Duke's house. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Call it like you see it. Racist is racist. you're here in the White House, or you live down the street. I'm not hanging out.
And I'll close on this, another non-news story. I run a comic book podcast. I'm just curious what you're reading.
Man, not a whole lot, because by the time I get in bed, when I do most of my reading, I'm so sappy and exhausted, I go right to sleep. However, still to this day, the only single issue comic books I buy is I buy in trade paperback, because I traveled wrestling the world for so long. I would only get trade paperbacks because they just travel so much better. Anything Ed Brubaker, so Kill or Be Killed. And I'm sitting on the second to the last issue. I haven't read it yet. No spoilers. I won't spoil that one. We're fighting earlier. So I'm excited about that. Ed Brubaker's yeah, absolutely. I love Ed. Everything he did. Ed got me to read Captain America. That's hard to do.
You seen it?
I have, twice.
What's the thing?
I love it. Loved it. Yeah, absolutely loved it. Thanks for the time. No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
ACM, you're fighting in Chicago, pretty special venue for Chicago sports fans. What does it mean to you being a Chicago Bears fan?
It means everything. I mean, this is rad. You look and see statues of Paul, Nikita, Michael Jordan. This place ain't far from where I live. I've seen the Stanley Cup hoisted here. I've seen Bulls games. I was at the first event ever here, which was SummerSlam 1994. A little bit of history in this building, and it's going to be fun to add to that. I'm excited to put on a show in front of my hometown.
Has the training regimen changed from fight 1 to fight 2 now that you got a little bit of experience under your belt?
I think it's just changed, and they just throw more at me. The more I learn, the better I get, and the breakthroughs I have. My capacity for everything, turns up. So they, of course, instead of taking it easy on me, just throw more at me. I think that's standard.
What were you kind of able to take away from fight 1 and kind of apply it here for number 2?
To take your time. I think I was just too frantic, and I was in a hurry to get out of there. And this time, I think I'm just going to kind of try to relax and enjoy the moment and have fun. I know that sounds kind of maybe cliche or corny, but that's what I need to do.
Some of our viewers are asking some questions via social media. They want to know the origination of that name, CM Punk. Where does it come from?
Well, I suppose Punk was my nickname when I was a little kid. The CM thing has changed over the years to where, because it's a frequent question I get, so I always kind of play with it a little bit. Here we are in Chicago. I'm fighting on a UFC card in my hometown. It stands for Chicago Made. This city absolutely made me, so I'm gonna get to give back to me with a fun victory on Saturday.
Should be a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Punk, what's your mental like going into this fight? Obviously, just from Tuesday, long day, the Cubs game, and straight to the open workouts yesterday. Where are you at mentally? I mean, it has to just be exhausting without the fight.
It is and it isn't, because I think just the happiness and the joy I have from hearing that verdict, jurors unanimously in favor of myself and my friend Scott. I think I'm happy, and it's put me on this level where I'm super happy and the hard work's done. So all the workouts I'm doing now, I'm smiling through them, just cutting the weight, and I think it's helped out tremendously. I'm not super stressed, and I really feel like I'm a different person, and I can finally move on with my life.
You've talked about it a little bit, where you're in kind of this weird spot where you have all of your wrestling supporters who don't care for fighting, you have fight fans who don't care for a wrestler coming in, and you're just enjoying it. You just seem so lax and okay with the situation. What's the feel been like? This week, obviously, since you've been in the spotlight, I know there's been fans coming out and seeing you and showing support there as well. What have you noticed just being in the city over the last couple weeks?
It's funny. One day I walked home from my lawyer's office, like maybe 2 miles, and I was sick of Ubering, and I had the time. It was a gorgeous day, so I just walked home, and I had about 5 or 6 super great fan interactions, just strolling home with like a protein shake, and it really, every single one of them meant everything to me. You know, I ran into a guy named Harrison. He was out for a run. He was wearing some fancy, some running gear and stuff like that. And he was just like, "Hey, I saw you. I had to stop you and tell you, you know, like you inspired me when I was a kid. You enabled me to become an all-state runner." And I stopped him right away. And I was like, "Bro, you did all that. You know, that wasn't me." And he went on to say, you know, "Oh, well, you're straight edge, and I didn't know what that was." And it just enabled me to realize that I could be myself, and I didn't have to do drugs, and I didn't have to drink. And, you know, you couple that with just people across the street were like, "Hey, punk, you know, go get him on Saturday." And it really feels like, you know, city just comes together to support one of their own. And I mean, it's wild. I'm just a kid from Chicago, you know. So when I walk down the street and I get those kind of interactions, it's very humbling. It blows my mind, and it puts a smile on my face.
The fight with Mickey Gall obviously didn't go the way that you wanted to, but do you feel that in a way it kind of was the best thing to happen for you because now you get to come to your hometown and you have that first loss out of the way?
For sure, and I think it puts good pressure on me. You know, you can look at a million different sports quotes, you know, and I think one of them that sticks out is like, you know, you got to learn how to lose before you learn how to win, you know. And you know, I lost. I think I did it in a classy way, you know, and I just got right back to the drawing board and right back to the gym. And it feels like it's been a lifetime of hard work, ups and downs, highs and lows, and we're here. You know, 24 hours from now, I'm going to be weighed in and I'm going to be eating, getting ready to have fun on Saturday.
You mentioned at the workouts yesterday about anxiety and how you deal with that on an everyday basis. And your interview with Ariel, you mentioned how you didn't feel that pressure, that good pressure in your first fight. Do you think being in Chicago is going to help put you in that right state of mind on Saturday night?
Yeah, absolutely. Because my state of mind now, and I imagine Saturday will be more amplified, is I am scared. Fist fighting is going to be. I am nervous. I am anxious. But there's also this feeling of there's no way you can lose because all you have to do is show up. I haven't slacked on anything, regardless of the stressful situations I've been put in. All I got to do is show up. Whether they boo, whether they cheer me, it doesn't matter. All I got to do is show up.
Sticking with the anxiety.